from Appa, but he's going to use that fleet foot. No Kunja coming out yet. Gets a shuriken double shot off, and Leadface has to be forced to run away. Mithy's going to be chasing him. He does not want to give up at all on this Nomad. There's the Kunja, not going to get baited at all. Has to use the fleet foot to run away, but Appa does not want to give up on him just in turn. So we do have Xene up top. Joho with the rockets. Oh, taking every single shot is going to be Appa's face. And he does have another psychotic strike ready. We do have the goo coming out, but just, the kill goes down on Leadface. Big pressure on him this entire round, and now just look at the health point difference at this point. And Mithy, Joho are likely going to be able to take down Appa, but you never know. Never discount him yet. Throws out that axe, does whip it as Mithy, Kunja's out of that one. Gets here to return, gets slept, but no, he's going to fleet foot out, gets the barrier off from Xteen, and there goes return, and that's going to be sealing the deal here for Appa, and Triple Brofist going to be advancing here to the finals.
No, it's 2-2, man.
My mistake, Jesus.
Yeah, you're smurfing like me, man. Holy cow. It's 1-1 in maps, and 2-2 in this map, so... Again, it all comes down to the very, very last round available, and whoever wins this one will be playing Team SK in the winners finals. And this is there's a lot on the line right now. Obviously, if you go in losers final at this point, you're in a decent shape in losers final. Still, you don't have to do much ladder climbing, but at the same time, you want to actually advance as winners. Even if you do lose in the winners finals, you only have to play one team in losers. So this is a huge match for both these teams here, and it all comes down to who plays their strategy better. And look at Appa right here, taking so much damage from MTY and Joe here. They're just putting this extreme amount of pressure on him. And wow, nice sleep after the axe coming out right there onto MTY and Joe. And great play by Appa. But look at MTY. He does have his Whirlwind available. Again, he's probably going to opt to use it. Double ultimate coming out here. Whirlwind plus goo. Too much damage for Appa to handle. And that tornado was probably going to save Return's life, but I don't think they're going to get a counter kill in enough time. As actually he does have an ultimate coming out here. Oh, nice sleep though. That ends Leadface's hope right there of getting a counter kill. And it looks like Team Brofist will be advancing to play Team SK in the winners finals. And that was superb play by the Cold team.
Man, I feel bad because I failed to do the math. 2 is not greater than 2. So, yeah, but Triple Brofist going to the finals. That means we're going to swap over to the losers semis, I believe. But Cast, help me out here.
No, we go right to the winners finals.
Winners finals. Sir.
Oh, so everything is done.
No. Well, there's a winners and a losers bracket because this is a double elimination style tournament. You're used to Heroes of New Earth and StarCraft, where it's a one and done, son. But no, this is double elimination. SK Gaming here is going to be on the warm team, and we just saw Triple Brofist take that last one, so they're going to be in the winners finals right now, going up against SK Gaming, and that is going to be the determining factor for who has the advantage in the grand finals match later on. So, this is the winners finals right here, ladies and gentlemen. Forecourt Jester and Tazosaurus are commentating. By the way, I've been reading some interesting comments in the live stream chat. If you do want to commentate because, everybody out there says they're a better commentator, by all means, shoot me an email at cast@blgaming.com. We'll get you hooked up, and I'll see how well you can commentate. I'm on Ventrilo most of the time. Just talk to me, and we'll see how you do. But anyways, make sure you always know what you're talking about before you speak, and enjoy this winners finals. Thank you.
Are you high, Cast? Sounds like you've been smoking a doobie in the background. Holy crap. Am I the only one that hears that? Court, do you hear that?
He sounded very confident in what he was saying.
I guess. I don't know. It sounded like
I've been trying to do that, but because I keep failing at math, so likely those comments are probably aimed at me.
Maybe. You're smurfing in that stream chat trying to talk smack about me, huh? Way to go, man. Anyway, it's going to be Triple Brofist versus SK here in these winners finals. And, these last 5 Kill the Kings in a row, the advantage has gone to Team SK, a.k.a. in Soviet Russia. So it's hard to say it won't happen again, obviously, because they're just such a strong team, very unmatched right now in BLC as a whole. They really can't find a way to beat this team with any composition, especially since Rex changed over to Inhibitor. They've been that much more solid, and especially since they had an extra defensive ability to use, and Rex doesn't just get blown up all the time on Igniter. So It's hard to say. It's going to be a really, really hard fight for Team Triple Brofist to come through and win this one. As historically speaking, Team SK is so strong lately, and I can't see their streak being ended right now, at least.
Sorry, I'm now looking at the live stream chat as well. Yeah, lots of comments going down there. But, as you did say, I mean, these guys are the guys to beat. And right now, Triple Brofist are looking decently strong here. So, whoever loses this goes down to the losers, and then we go to the grand. I believe I have it all sorted out in my mind now.
Yes, you need a window open for those brackets, man. They look like a frickin' rat maze right now, but, it's filling out nicely, and we'll get to these winners finals, and then we can get after. We always do like the winners brackets first, and then when the winners is finished, then we go through the losers brackets because you want to weed out the losers brackets where the teams just kind of get stomped, kind of like our first couple of matches where it was just 3-0, 3-0, that kind of thing. So we basically get the better teams on stream, essentially, not to talk bad on anyone else. It's just the nature of competition. You always have the higher tier teams, you have mid tier teams, and you have lower tier teams. That's just how it is. So right now we got these obviously two very high tier teams going against each other, and it should be a great one.
We can only hope. I mean, when we get to this high tier, the finals, we're getting to the last matches, people have been playing a while, it really will come down to people's mindsets, how well they've practiced, and how they can deal with this pressure. I mean, we have the DreamHack tournament coming up. We're probably going to see SK Gaming there, but they have to be facing someone. So anyone that goes there is going to be playing within tens of thousands of people watching them. That is a lot of pressure. So consider this good practice, guys. If you're ever thinking of going to the DreamHack or any kind of in-person tournament, and you think this kind of pressure is on, you got to win a virtual tournament, wait till you're in front of 10, 20, 30,000 people and trying to keep your cool then. It is ridiculously pressured.
Yeah, don't pick your nose because people will see you.
Oh, whoops.
What'd you do, Cass? You break it?
No, I was just kidding. It was the, picking the boogers comment. I was just kidding.
Oh, were you doing that? Oops. Yeah. Do we have the right team names up here, Cast?
No, we do not. In fact, I'm changing that immediately. So, I just had to take a quick break here. So, we do have SK Gaming on the warm team. And on the cold team, we do have Triple Brofist.
With a
so
twist.
Easy fix right there. And Taz in forecourt, take it away. I'll take this. I'll pick up afterwards.
Yep, good idea. Then I can take a break. So, all right. So here it is, winners finals. This is for a lot of marbles, essentially. Advantage in grand finals is no joke. It's a big advantage when you can actually afford to lose an entire best of 5 map series and actually still be in it. So you can just basically call it double elimination in grand finals at this point, as neither of these teams have lost yet in this tournament. But look at Rex right here. Rex taking a ton of damage. He's actually getting focused on rocket launchers coming out. Almost a full rocket launcher on Rex right there. Rex does have an ultimate of his own, though, and if he gets it off, that's going to be a lot of healing for himself. He's actually going to ult MTY during his whirlwind. Actually, he cannot prevent that damage, even though he can prevent the debuffs from going onto him. And nice Wuju right there by Rex, keeping out of trouble. But look at the look at Team SK's HP right now. Is in really dire situation. And actually, Rex is going to get taken out. But X-Time needs to be careful himself. X-Team could be going down here, Jack. Very good at tunneling healers. But the barrier is going to come out, and that's going to enable a lot of extra hits for him. And actually, in the meantime, Chip's getting taken out by Mady and Johu. So already, Team SK losing the first round here. And this is already showing that it's anybody's game right now.
Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, Joho, 672 damage that round. 269 of that was the focus shot, and the rest was basically that rocket launcher to Rex's face. I do think he did eat 5 of them. The last one kind of just blew up and did that splash damage instead, but a lot of big damage going down there. Jackass, he couldn't quite burst down XT doing a good job, but Chip Cyan, I'm just always super impressed with his accuracy of these sleep vials and injections. It's quite remarkable. However, it didn't save him. Right now, Jackass going down on Joho. Joho in the bottom. He is kind of separated right now from Chips and Rex, but Mithy, he really wants to keep Chip down. Xteen is over there with Joho. Mithy now, kind of alone, misses the shuriken. He's just going to chase Chip right up there. Jackasm has to come back here and do a little bit of defense because we're about to lose the healer. There we go. Mithy just takes him out, no problem. No defense coming out from either Jack or Rex, and now Rex with that runic infusion gets a Wuju off. However, it's not going to be enough, and now Jackasm just dropping like a ton of bricks. So, whoa, looking really good right now for the Triple Brofist.
Yeah, Triple Brofist showing who's the superior Spearmaster right now, I think. I don't know, but I think Jack has to get himself in gear, or maybe even Rex. I'm not sure who's the weaker link right now, but they're whatever the strategy is, it's not working for him, and they need to change it up a little bit. I think Jack has him just kind of getting free hits on X-Team in the background, but he's not really able to help his team because of that. It could be an issue, could not be, who knows? But, MTY is playing very solid Spearmaster as well. And, I love seeing two Spearmasters, especially in a high-tier match like this. It's just crazy as hell. And look at Johu right here, taking a ton of damage, as well as Matey. I mean, look at the HPs alright for the Cold Team compared to the Warm Team. Warm Team is like full, and Cold Team is sitting at half HP on two different heroes. And Jack has him just staying on Johu right now, not letting him out. Injection comes out into Johu, but it is going to be clarityed off, and a Tempest is going to come out. Kind of puts him a little bit out of position there, but Goo is going to come out. Is going to get big damage on X-Teen. X-Teen trying to get out still, but the counter Goo is going to come out as well. Chip's taking a bunch of damage. X-Teen is not going to survive the encounter, though, and nice guesstimation there on the Kunju to take that out, and very strong comeback here for Team SK.
The Goo went out. Chip Cyan was just throwing down his M1s as fast as he could, but Jackson just comes up, incapacitates XD, and you can't get out of that Goo. So, yeah, I think she took the entire duration, 65 of the damage, a full third of her bar, out of that crippling Goo.
It is
so,
sticky.
Yeah, very impressive coordination there, because Jackson just coming out, and that ensured the win there. So, we're not going to be taking a 3-0 here against the Kings, and they do want to put up that fight. Maybe they're just getting warmed up. Kind of mentioned this last week. I mean, they kind of start off good, but then they get better. And that might be exactly how we see it. So Mithy, he's going to jump in here. Going to try to bait out that Kunji. Not going to be working at all. Jackson's just going to be walking circles around him. Gets off those free shots. Mithy has to now back up. Joho's going to rocket jump out of that. But Rex is going to be blinded. He's still going to land some shots at 30. M1 right there, which is pretty decent for a blind shot. But no, Joe, who getting focused, uses the rocket jump. Very wise. Very good timing right there. Out comes the rocket's going to be landing. Oh, I think all of them at some point there hit Jackasm. So a good amount of damage there. Out goes the Goo, and that's going to be 2 quick deaths there for Triple Brofist. So Xteen is going to try to chase down Chip Cyan, but unfortunately, 2 big beefy bodyguards say otherwise.
Yeah, and, as they say in the fighting game scene, it looks like Triple Brofist has been downloaded. Their strategy's been downloaded, and, as a result, SK really coming off a couple of last strong rounds, and I think a lot of it has to do with Jackasm and Rex really being on par, and mostly Rex. He's using his EX spacebar an awful lot, controlling a lot of space with it, getting the in cap off, and just right there, Wuju's right in. Is the aggression, and Jackasm's free to basically 1v2 or 2v1 MTY right here, as MTY kind of in a bad position, but look at that Kunju right there on a Johu. Johu could be in big trouble. He's actually going to put out the barrier. I think barrier is going to go down, and he does have a rocket launcher available, and they're on the corner. This could be big rocket launchers coming out, and there they go. Rockets in the corner. Oh man, that was disaster right there. That was complete disaster, and wow. It could not be any more better placement of that rocket launcher than everyone being in the corner and getting absolutely dominated from that.
Top damage that round coming out of Joho is going to be that rocket launcher, 146 damage and just massive AoE, and as I said, in the corner, couldn't ask for better placement on that. So game number 1 of the best of 3 here, going to Triple Brofist. So now gotta wonder, what's SK Gaming going to do? They're just going to step up the game? They're going to run something else? We have seen Rex. He has gone other characters before to kind of swap it up, pick a counter pick to, well, probably Joho at this point. I wouldn't be too unhappy to see a Ravener come out, but I just don't know Rex well enough to see if he's going to do that.
I very much doubt it. I would say there's about a 1% chance of him switching, but I have been proven wrong before, and I don't claim to be always right, but in a situation like this where they got all to lose, they got to go with their strongest composition, which is easily their inhibitor, and they just got to find a way to lock down Johyu a bit. Johyu's getting way too much damage, and especially with those rocket launchers. And obviously the only way to get those rocket launchers is getting the M1 damage, the XQ, mortars, whatever. Anything to build that energy. So if they control Johyu, they control basically the entire match, because right now, at least, Johyu's doing a great job of really putting out the damage where it needs to be happening. And obviously because MTY is being so aggressive, Johyu can just sit back there, wait for a switch to happen, and when the switch does happen, usually an execute is a result, and that big burst damage comes down, someone ends up dying. So they definitely have to be worried about, the positioning, especially against where MTY is at all times. And, MTY has gotten out of a lot of slippery situations where he probably shouldn't have, but did anyways. So, again, you see him going down there, doing a Fleetfoot dance with Jack down there. And Rex already taking a lot of damage down, but below 50% HP, going to get a barrier. And again, EX2 coming out. He really is using that quite effectively to get out and use it for, even stuns as well. And I think Injection just missed from Chips there. But MTY is doing what Jack does an awful lot, and that's just go on the healer, put the damage out. But Whirlwind is going to come out on Chips and Rex right there, doing pretty big damage. And but the life bars are actually pretty even right now. But rocket launchers are going to come out with the goo in the middle. Chips just taking a ton of damage, and I think Johyu might be going down here. Oh no, he got spell locked right there. And actually, it looks like Jack is going to be the first one to go down. So quite a good turnaround there from Team Triple Brofist. And Triple Brofist really on par right now, as Rex obviously forced to avoid the Kunju right in front of his face. So wow, Triple Brofist looking real strong here, even against Team SK.
Jackassm took 42 damage from that crippling goo, so when he did come out with that whirlwind of his, it just, he was right on top of the goo, and he just didn't avoid as much as he needed to. So it did put a big dent in his hit points, and then he just jumps in and gets shot in the face, which is unfortunate timing for him. But yeah, right now, Triple Brofest looking good. We do have Jackassm going over there to Xteen, trying to keep her busy and off the streets. Joho is going to land some free shots, however, on Chip Cyan, and that combined here with the Spearmaster damage, she's just dropping really, really quickly. And the Harpoon going to come out, the Sleep File, however, the accuracy here on Chip Cyan, very impressive stuff, and now MTY is going to be taking a good amount of damage himself. Joho, however, he's going to stay up there at the top, try to get off some shots, keep Chip Cyan off the record here so that we can get some good damage on Jackassm. We do have Jackassm going down so very quickly, but that goo just not enough burst with MTY to do it. So we do have heals going off. Joho's going to come back trying to do some defense. Out comes the rockets onto Rex, eats almost every single one of them, which is going to be big damage for him, but we did lose MTY down in the corner. Now we do have Jack. He is going to be asleep. Joho has to try to bring up the game here and try to take down Rex. I just don't think it's going to be in him, as Xteen and Joho both very low, and they're also both very cornered. Rex, however, might be going down. No, gets off some heals. Chip is just doing such a great job keeping his teammates alive. Xteen is going to be dropping, and that's just going to leave us with Joho, who, kind of drops.
Yep, and finally, SK taking a round there, and they really needed that really badly. So, it all comes down to them keeping it up with their momentum, and it's been seen a lot before where top tier teams will take Team ISR/SK down a couple of maps in finals, but they're so good at coming back and getting their thoughts all figured out, their strategy figured out, and they're such a good team at coming back and winning when it really matters. And I think that could have a big factor in this game, but we have to see what happens. As Johyu, again, being the target of focus, already below half HP. And, even with the heals, he's still staying below. But he does have a rocket launcher really early again. And Rex there going to get that Wuchu out. But here comes this Whirlwind from MTY, plus rocket launchers on Rex. And that's going to do quite a decent amount of damage to him, as Rex is now just trying to get MTY off of Chip Sayan over here in the corner. But Chip Sayan does have a goo of his own. He does like to save that goo for a good time. So he is probably waiting for the MTY to come out of... perhaps come out of maybe Fleetfoot, or maybe just do it on the Alchemist in the corner like he is right now. And there it is, the goo is going to come out on him in the corner, and that was perfect position right there. He is going to get the kill onto Xteen, the healer, and right now a 2v3 situation with no healer. There's pretty much no chance the Cold Team is going to survive this one. And again, SK taking it, coming back again, and they're going to win their second round in a row and look to finish off this map at an even point at least.
A little bit of a camera shift there onto Rex, as he apparently was the MVP for the round. 10 is his combat value second. But yeah, perfect goo going down onto Xteen. Like, we have seen that before. I mean, that area there, it doesn't really lead to anywhere, and if you don't have any way to get out of the corner, typically not the best idea to go up there anyways. So, yeah, good placement there. Very smart of Chip Cyan to do, wait for that, get the perfect opportunity, and it won them that round. So here we go. Jackassum and Rex going to be putting up some pressure, but again, Chip Cyan is going to be the big target here for MTY as well as Joho. Joho dropping pretty low, but now without a rocket jump, Jackassum's just going to jump right in there, but Rex wasn't able to do any kind of follow-up because he had to try to defend Chip Cyan, who just dropped right there to all this pressure. So right now, Jackassum looking very low. We do got the goo going down onto Rex. He has no way to get out of it, and just so many, incapacitated stuns, whatever. He just couldn't get out of that, and very quick round that time.
Yeah, that was... They used a lot of EX abilities to make sure Chips died there. There was an EX execute coming out. I'm surprised MTY isn't using EX abilities a lot more, to be quite honest. But either way, this is a very ideal situation for Triple Brofist. If they win this one, they knock Team SK down into the loser's bracket, and that is huge right there. Even if SK does end up winning in the loser's brackets, they get 2 best-of-5 maps to beat them. So this is a huge match for Triple Brofist. This is a do-or-die situation for them because they don't want to have to go back onto even terms with Team ISR SK, because if they can get back their cool, it's going to be a bad situation. But right now, MTY trying to take out Chips, and Chips already getting whirlwinded here. But the goo is going to come out, and I think MTY might be going down. It's going to be anybody's match right here, and MTY is going to go down. And that was just too much aggression right there. He kind of went all or nothing in there, but the rocket launcher's coming out, not going to be enough. And this is how this one's going to end, and then it's going to be a 1v1 in maps. Even with the goo coming out, I just don't see them coming back from this one, as it's a very solid team, obviously. And that was way too risky right there. They do take out Chips, right? Surprisingly, but there we go. Okay, so I got nervous a sec. I thought I was going to be wrong, but like I was saying, that was a very risky situation there by MTY. He just basically went in all or nothing, and he came out with nothing right there. And now they're on even playing field with Team SK, and 4 court left for some reason. Get back in here.
That's an excellent question. Why did I do that?
Yeah, but
I got back to the menu screen. It's like, this isn't the gaming menu.
I hit the exit game button. What the hell did I just do that for?
Why did I Alt F4? Why?
Why do I do the things I do? Damn you, brain.
Alright, so, SK Gaming, Triple Brofist, 1-1. Winner of this goes to the grand finals. What's it going to be, Taz?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, SK has really come back strong so far, but you can't count out Triple Brofist. They've been playing very strong against easily the top team in the world right now, so it's still anybody's game at this point. They've shown they can really compete with their setup with their own setup, and be very close in terms of skill level and performance with them. So it's really, it comes down to whoever plays their strategy better at this point, I think.
Well, both teams very top tier at this point. They have their ups, their downs, but I've noticed a lot of it comes down to the goo. Whoever can get the better goo off seems to be winning these matches. So we're going to have to keep an eye out on both Xteen and Chip Cyan. We are going to be here in the last of the best of 3. Whoever takes this, grand finals, SK and Triple Brofist. Right now, Rex is going to be sticking to Joho, and MTY, he's kind of ping-ponging back and forth between both Jackassum and Rex. Look at the damage go down in that space of the sentences. MTY has to... No, he jumps right back in, goes very aggressive, does not retreat to Xteen, which is a very aggressive strategy right now. Jackassum is over there, but Rex is going to be trying to take out MTY, tries to get the Kanju off, but MTY just going to be dropping instead. So first game, there's the goo, but unfortunately not the best placement as it doesn't really hit that many people. Xteen is going to be, well, very hurt, if not going down. Jackassum in hot pursuit. We do have Rex and Joho, however. Ooh, we get an execute off into Chip Cyan, but it's not going to be enough as the heals are coming out. Xteen is still alive. Jackassum still, no, never mind. Is going to be pinning him to the wall with that harpoon of his, and now Joho has to go 1v3 with like 5 hit points, and that just won't fly.
Yeah, won't fly, land, dig, anything. You're just done, son. But look at Xteen there. He put out 500 heals. Chip's doing about 450. So the heals were about the same, but obviously the damage very in favor of Team SK. So You really have to, when you're in these high-tier games, everyone has to carry their weight and then some to really come out on top. And I think they had, I can't remember who it was. It was MTY really had trouble that last round. So either way, they're going to go into this one with SK now at an advantage. And, that's never a place you want to be. Right there, Jack has him landing a triple shuriken into a double whirling blade into a shuriken. And that's just big big energy gain. And Joe, he used an EX right there. I think he might got EX XQ onto Rex, but I don't think he even hit it. So that was kind of a waste of energy when he had a rocket launcher available. And X-Teen, look at the damage coming out on him using the M1 plus the Tempest. And wow, big damage came out right there onto X-Teen, and nothing he could do. Just that 40 burst plus the 30 burst. And actually a whale burst from Rex coming, a whole bunch of bursts coming. Just burst everywhere. And obviously they bursted into the ground and they tied.
The Cold team, their 3 members died at 3 different corners of that middle square, which is kind of showing that they were very split up, and SK very much in control of the map and the space and just forcing apart this Cold team. They were able to take down X-Teen first, and he was up in the corner, and then Joho just immediately just jumped on by Jackasm in the bottom right. So, I don't know. That was a very big control map there from SK, and now they're up 2-0, which means this is for all the marbles. If they take it, then it's going to be a 3-0 here for the last round, and they'll go straight to the grand finals, and that'll be a little bit of a morale deficit here for Triple Brofest. So MTY and Jack has them going spear to spear there in the mid. Rex is going to try to keep X-Teen busy over in the corner. Joho, however, jumps right over to Rex, which is not going to be what he needs, and he just drops so very quickly, as without that rocket jump, he doesn't have anything other than the stealth, and they knew exactly where he was. The Goo is going to finish off X-Teen, and that's going to put up SK 3-0 here in this last round.
Yep, and very well deserved by SK. They had a rough start, but they came back very strong. After they did lose the first map 3-2, I believe, so it was very close in that regards. And they came back, won the second map 3-1, I believe, and then 3-0. So that just shows how exponentially how much they were rising. And I do believe that was it for me today. So Cast, I'm going to swap out for you, buddy, and you guys can finish.
All right, yeah, I'm actually back in the action here, so not doing the camera work solo anymore, but Taz, I got to thank you for giving me a break. Was able to, just relax for a little bit, keep my voice up, and get energized after watching those great rounds. So definitely some intense action in the winner semis. Sometimes it seems that the winner semifinals, the losers quarters, losers semis, and losers finals just seem to have the best action. Always coming down to the wire, sometimes even to the fog. So, I'm excited to get back on the air, and we'll have to see what game we have next, as Rexus has not updated me on where we are going. Losers brackets are available if you go to blgtv.net. You can scroll down a little bit. There is a link for the brackets, and you can definitely follow along in the tournament, see how far we are, and, what teams are progressing. But, for now, we're just going to be chilling out. I'm going to do a little bit of announcements, as we do have a little bit of downtime, because Rex has told me that, they are just trying to work through some stuff. This all is being recorded, and if you go to blgaming.com and then click on our video on demand, the VOD link, it will link you over to OwnTV/blgaming, and you can watch any of the tournaments that we have done recently, barring any kind of technical difficulties. I know yesterday we had some issues, but today I think things are going all right. So we will just get back with that in a moment. And I'm going to put up any kind of contact info. If you like Forecourt and Taz working together, or, what kind of pairs of commentators work really well, let me know. Cast@blgaming.com. Personally, I think they did a great job. We're always looking to, pair up the best commentators that work the best with each other, so the stream is as good as possible for the audience, because this game is growing. SK already signed one team, and, other gaming clubs might join suit now that, these tournaments are getting a bit more competitive. They actually, run a couple hours because the competition is so deep, and it's an emerging game. It's going to be at DreamHack. $10,000 prize pool at DreamHack for this game that just came out January 13th of this year. And it's still under development. March 16th, very important date. So 3 days from now, we're going to have a humongous patch coming out that will involve tournament system, emotes, new Bloodline, balance changes, You've got observing, you can observe games, like while they're mid-game, you can join in. So, you don't have to wait till, your buddy's like done with the game before you start observing. I mean, there are tons of features that are coming out for this game. The devs have not quit it yet, and lots more is coming in the boat. So, by all means, keep on with this game. Get your friends excited. If there is one time that you want them to try out Bloodline Champions, wait till March 16th, and then you'll just be amazed yourself. We do have tournaments every Saturday and Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central European time for the U.S. tournament. It's not quite as big, and actually we will be changing that up somewhat soon. Can't tell you too much right now, because if you check back at BL Gaming in a week or two, we will actually have the official update with what's going on there. And of course, Kill the King, where all the best action happens, and that's what you're watching right now. 1 p.m. Eastern time and 7 p.m. Central European time. Due to daylight savings, it is actually 2 p.m. Eastern, but right now we can't change the banner on the fly. It's just due to daylight savings, and everything will be A-OK pretty soon. And currently, the banner that you are seeing right now, made by Chronovar, who's a part of our background team here. He's one of the artists for us. Got to thank him and give a shout out to all of those guys working behind the scenes pretty soon. But, this is Kill the King tournament. This is European-based. You get money the more times you win each week. And in Soviet Russia, now known as SK Gaming, with Rex, Chipsane, and Jackasm, have been winning 5 or 6 weeks in a row. It's getting so high I can't count on one hand anymore. 5? Only 5? So they've won 5 weeks in a row. They're looking
only 5?
Only 5? I don't know. I thought you said 5.
No, you said only 5. That's easy.
Oh, well, yeah. That is actually really tough. And as we have seen, they've had a lot of great competition. But, they are looking into racking a couple $100 for themselves soon. But, if you are new to the tournament scene, by all means, join us at BL Gaming. We don't have this as a restricted tournament. Anybody can join, and that way you can get your tournament jitters out. And we've seen a lot of new teams actually rise up and do a very nice job of trying to compete with the big dogs. And it's great to watch, and it's a whole completely different field. I'm getting tongue twisted now that I get back on stream. It's a completely different feeling to play in a tournament than to just play in ladder. So, James Harding is calling. I cannot accept his call because I'm in the middle of a broadcast, but hopefully he'll tell me what he wants.
He said he wanted to get in on this for something. He wanted to announce something.
Oh, he wanted to announce something.
I don't have his Skype name.
All right, well, that's going on, and these guys, no, we are not set for court. we are not set because we actually had some other stuff going on, and I have to change the title names. So, you got to give me a little bit of time before I do that.
Blame me. It's all my fault.
All right. Well, we got N7 Esports going to be playing against Diefish Die, and I'm going to try and get that fixed as soon as possible. So, Forecourt, why don't you take this first one away, buddy?
All right, so I'll take the punishment here. But yeah, we do have N7 Esports versus Diefish Die. Both teams very strong. We saw N7 Esports. Unfortunately, they did lose, and that is why we're here in the losers bracket. But so did Diefish Die here. But again, both very strong teams. N7 Esports did take first place in the U.S. yesterday, here hosted at BL Gaming. So very powerful team. Diehard's going to get off that execute onto return, jump away. Nunia, they're running a very ranged team. Seeker and the Gunner, and Voodoo just staying way back. Not too sure why a swap went down on Nunia, but Leadface is going to jump right in here, throw out some boomerangs. They got to try to get something because Appa and Leadface, they're both very close range heroes. Appa really likes to get in there. He needs to get that energy up for those cyclonic strikes. We do have rockets coming out for Diehard. Unfortunately, it's going to be mostly splash damage instead of any actual real hits. And Return is feeling very comfy about himself. He is back in the back, as well as Voodoo. Neither have really taken that much damage. Return is looking very healthy. Leadface taking some shots here. It's very hard to jump into these range teams when you don't have any of those skills like Wuju's or Kunju's, because you have to actually walk or you have to use your spacebar, and once you're into there, you have no way to get out in case it goes ugly. Oh, a great cyclonic strike onto Voodoo. But yeah, Voodoo did go down on top. We had at least 2 ultimates there, if not the extra boomerang, because Leadface is out of energy as well. So good coordination's coming out from E7. Diehard is up in the corner, missing that X strike. Leadface, he's going to try to run over here as instead Diehard has to get something off. It's going to be those rockets. Unfortunately, he does die before the third one gets off, and now it's going to leave us with a Seeker to go up against the entire team, and he just gets sandwiched up against those boards. Appa doing great things with his spacebar, and that's going to be the first round there for E7 Esports.
Yeah, N7 Esports.
Doing great things with the spacebar.
Oh, uh-oh. Mr. Harding, you seem a bit low here. I can barely hear you.
Now you can hear me.
No,
I just want to say,
no,
doing great things with a spacebar is awesome.
Yeah, so...
It's the best line ever.
Best line ever. Alright, well, yeah,
I
this
do
is...
great things with the spacebar. I could pick up chicks.
You can pick up chicks with the spacebar? Oh, that's pretty cute, man. But, anywho, I'm going to get back to this next match. As, we will see what Mr. Harding has to say later. As Appa, he is going in onto Diehard. Diehard just going to have to get swapped by Voodoo playing the Psycho Pomp right there. And he is in on the fight. That's what you want as a Guardian. He's got that mobility with his spacebar as well as the movement speed buff when he does his chain heal. So he's able to walk around, able to stay in the fight. He does have enough healing to sustain himself, allowing for Leadface to get heals from return. But eating those executes and not dodging them is very, very bad for your team. It's forcing return not to get those M1s, not to get the deadly injections or sleeps off. And, we got a pissed off Psychopomp using the Guardian Angel Wings. There it is. It's going to hit a double Spiritual Link, 30 damage right onto Leadface. Any damage that goes out onto the Worm team going to be spread to his allies, 20%. So right now, as you notice, they just backed off. They didn't want to take any damage. And that might have pushed them in a little bit of a corner. They're going to battle their way back out. Rockets coming out. Leadface stuck back in the side. But he's going to navigate through just fine. Appa going to go on to Voodoo. Not going to have many results. Leadface going to try and use his ultimate as well. The goo comes out. And, oh, man, just a great combo right there. All saving for their ultimates. Leadface and Return did use the goo. Appa put on that forward pressure early, and that allowed them to actually take Voodoo out. So good job saving the ultimates, even when low health, not using it unwisely, and that allowed him to hopefully go for the win, as it is a 3-1 right now, and Diehard just looking to maybe get some pot shots off. And, one thing I want to mention as, if it's a 2v3 or a 3v1, don't count the other guy out. Even if you have the advantage, keep it locked up. Do the right thing, like what Appa is doing. Use the Bloodline Medallion, let your other allies sort of zone them out, and continue from there, as everybody does have grade 24, so interesting match.
969 healing coming out of Return. Let me say that again. That's 969 healing. That's like four full Guardian bars. It's a ridiculous amount of healing coming out of N7 Esports, and that has led them to this 2-0 victory so far. We are going to jump into Nunia, and Diehard is actually going to be a little bit there in the back. The multi-shot going to be taking out Appa from the offense a little bit, and as a result, he did miss that charge. The Immolation Arrow, not the best spot at all, but Nunia could be trying to get off that illusion of his. Leadface going to throw a boomerang in his face, but we do have the Ice Arrow, I suppose, coming down onto Return. So he saw the full energy there from Nunia. Unfortunately, he just only used it on the ice. He does have it almost ready again. Appa taking big damage from everyone. Diehard is in the corner, gets off a good combo with Nunia onto Return. So they execute from the Ice Arrow, and they're really putting up a lot of pressure here onto Return. And whoa, we threw out the goo onto Diehard. He has to throw down his rockets, and by then he was already committed, so he just let them go off. 52 execute coming onto Leadface, and the follow-up from Nunia just really puts down Leadface. Appa, however, is going to be trying to take out Voodoo as best he can, but he's low hit points, and Return was just super busy, trying to keep himself alive. Out goes that Triforce Arrow, or at least Lightning Arrow, one of the two, and Appa jumping in here is going to get out of that Immolate, but it's not going to be enough as he goes down. So a round two die fish die. Die Fish Die?
Yeah, it is Die Fish Die. So I'm not exactly sure why their name is Die Fish Die. Of course, they do have Diehard on their team, so who knows? Some people, you start drinking late, or you need a team name real quick, and, Diehard might have said something. He's a gunner. Everybody wants him to die anyways. So, who knows? I don't know. I'm just making up stuff left and right. But, the combo there, as Taz was talking about it before, Ice Arrow to Fire Arrow and Execute at the same time, huge damage. And we saw that happen. Leadface did go down very quickly. And one thing that I'm noticing Leadface, he's not really dodging a whole lot. He's just trying to be like very aggressive, but he's not like concerned about dodging a ton. But right now we see Appa in the bottom right corner forcing Die Hard to go left, and that's going to create a nice little cushion. Leadface is now going to switch on to Voodoo. Appa is saying, hey, I'm going to take the melee pressure onto Die Hard, make sure he doesn't do anything. So Fire Arrow, Illusion comes out, but Cyclonic Charge going to hit Nunia. He's stuck back in the corner. Worm Team can capitalize on this, but they're not going to. They're just going to leave him around, get Voodoo down, so no heals can come out, as well as Die Hard. Great X-Strike around that little cut-out space right there. That is knowing your class and knowing the map to the fullest T. Being able to do that, got the kill onto Die Hard, then used the Boomerang Bonanza to finish up Voodoo, and that is GG's for everybody. 3-1 finish in favor of N7 Esports. So, James, what did you have to say?
Oh yeah, right. I came on the stream. Hello. By the way, great job so far. What you're doing. So a lot of our guys are actually in the office or at home watching. So nothing goes unseen. I just wanted to say, is that the end of that game? Because I'm like on stream right now, but I can't see where you are.
Oh,
are we between games or between maps?
We are in between. Hold on, sec. Do not start. No.
Too late.
Okay, they're starting. But yes, do you have an announcement?
I'll talk to you later.
We'll get them to. Okay, you'll talk to us later. Maybe before the grand finals.
No, but when you're between another game, I'll wait.
All right,
put me on hold.
They're going to do slow picks. They're going to do slow picks. They've got you covered. So you got 45
I just wanted to say then, with SK Gaming picking up a team, SK Gaming are actually looking for a news writer. It's a volunteer position, but if you want to write news about like some of the tournaments, or at least SK Gaming in tournaments, it's a great opportunity. News writers for SK Gaming sometimes get some perks. You might even, maybe even get to go to DreamHack or something and actually do some great coverage. If you're interested in writing news for SK Gaming, just send me an email, james@2gd.me. That was one of my announcements, and I'll save another one. I'll do an announcement of the game, so I'm gone back into the darkness.
Back into the shadows. So, thank you, 2GD. That is James Harding from the Stunlock Studios office. He is the official esports manager, and it appears I've had the names wrong, as Diefish Die is, of course, on the cold team with Die Hard, and N7 Esports is on the warm team. So I apologize, guys. They always ready up. They always start the games before I can actually change the title layers. As I'm talking, it's very hard to, look over and try and change the names as I'm about to mistype that. So here we go. We're going to have that going on. It is going to be 1-0 in favor of N7 Esports, as I just updated everything. Hopefully my new title layer works out. And, this is the losers semifinals. So, no, quarterfinals. So, losers corners, and here we go. Got everything updated. I'm ready to go. We got 702 of you. Thank you for tuning in to blgtv.net. We do have the brackets at the bottom. Check out the rest of our site. We do have an exclusive interview with SK Gaming's Jackasm. We did an email interview with him, so check out our main page. Check out the Bloodline Champions page to get all of that info. And, we are going to see what the cold team can do. This is a little bit narrower of a map, and they actually picked up Thorn on Nunia. He has played Thorn a little bit. I have seen him in the closed beta play Thorn extensively. And right now it seems like they're going maybe for a little bit more control, a little bit more tankability, as Die Hard is going to have to whiff that execute, or else he would be punished, because a nice trance by Appa. So here we go. They're going to be up in the top right corner. Leadface just playing really defensive. He doesn't want to get caught out of position. He's going to let Appa try and get that mega opening, and great X-Strikes right there. He did decide to go in, and Die Hard still being the one pressured, because Gunner has limited mobility. Voodoo, nice swap out of the goo there. And it looks like Nunia going to pull Appa right into the deadly roots, but he's just going to heal himself right back up. And I think the meters have almost been a little reset. Appa completely whiffs his ultimate, except for getting onto Voodoo, but that's okay. Guardian Angel Wings just going to heal him right back up, get that Spiritual Link, and they are going to run away. You're not going to try and face somebody who can do 2 Spiritual Links, 2 Mouse 1s, and 2 heals at the same time. So that was a little minor reset. It looks like Nunia does have another ultimate. He's going to use it as the deadly injection does tick, and that's not going to do any damage for him. He gets a great pull afterwards, and that is going to spell the doom for this warm team, because those pulls by a Thorn using his forgot what the exact ability name was. Defiled Plants, I believe. They force so many mistakes because in order for you to be safe, especially as a Nomad, you have to haste out of there. Now, if he gets you with the pull after the haste, you're sort of screwed. He knocks you back, but he can just do his fungal spores. You're slowed. The mushrooms come out. And, that's what the Worm team really needs to look for. They've got to avoid those pulls, got to avoid getting stuck back in the ultimate once they get out of it. And we'll see what they do. Forecourt, take this one away.
It almost feels like it's been forever since we've seen a Thorn, but yeah, Defiled Plants, you are correct on that, and the pulls are basically the defining factor. If you can really bring someone out of position, or we've seen actually a few pulls that you can see like 2 or 3 people getting pulled straight out of position, you just unload on them, and it really does make a kind of a messy situation for everyone. But right now, we do have Diefish Die up 1-0. We do have Leadface over in the corner, trying to keep Voodoo out and about, because Voodoo, of course, the hero, you want to do a lot of pressure onto them, but he is going to be healing up right now. Die Hard Die is going to be taking 2 DPS worth of hits, and he's just dropping very, very quickly. Nudia is going to be throwing down his ultimate, try to put up a little bit of defensive pressure. Appa is going to be running away, but right now, very big hit points values here for the Worm team. It's not looking very good, especially for Die Hard. He gets incapacitated twice. Appa not quite close enough to get off an Axe Strike. Out comes the Rockets, and no, the Cyclonic Strike is going to be there. Instead, we have an other side there for Die Hard, who is kind of trying to do a little bit of kiting here for Appa, but jumps into the goo. He is still alive. Voodoo somehow has still been sticking around as well. Return actually going to be dropping very quickly right now, and we do got the blind coming out to Appa. Misses the charge, but Leadface not enough to take him out. We did lose Voodoo, however, so this is not going to be very good for Die Hard, who's at 3 hit points. Nudia dropping very quickly, however, as well. And Return, he's in the mid. He's trying to keep this map control in their favor. Couldn't take a single kill that round, as In7 Esports has now tied it up.
Well, one thing that I noticed right here, 559 onto Appa. And if we take a look back, 390 onto Leadface, but only 209 onto the Alchemist. That Alchemist is free healing, 805. Like, Voodoo was only supposed to, getting 424 healing out. They need to, good pull right there onto Return. Now he's used the barrier. Once that goes down, he is very vulnerable, so I'd like to see Die Hard maybe get a couple spell locks and, focus onto him, because right now, look at this, he's just M2ing everybody all day. And, that's not very good for your team if, you let the opponent's Alchemist get a ton of heals. While I was saying that, Die Hard definitely took a bunch of strikes, namely X-Strike, and Appa, getting a good cleave in here. Cyclonic Charge is probably going to come out right here. 3, 2, 1. Is he going to use it? No. Now he is, because everybody's stuck in the corner. Yep, Die Hard not going to have anywhere to go, as he is going to go down to that X-Strike right there. So good play. Voodoo, in the meantime, just trying to do all that he could. And Nunia couldn't get the ultimate out in time. He was having a hard time trying to, get onto Leadface, who can be so sneaky. And Return, in the meantime, just, barely surviving. Nunia had a heavy hand to do with that, and I completely missed that. And it's not over yet. I mean, Nudia still has a significant amount of health. And, getting pulled into a Thorn ultimate, you can definitely go down, especially with this nice setup right here. You can get another M1 off, and then maybe you could do something, but Voodoo gonna have to, great EX space right there. Gonna be using the other side as well. Return could go down, and he gets the pull. One more hit. Yes, the fungal spores does take him out, and as I was saying, it is not over yet. Thorn is not to be reckoned with, but Voodoo is in a lot of danger. Gonna use that EX space to get Appa on the other side. Leadface does have his ultimate. Can he take out Voodoo in the meantime? Yes, he does, and so it is going to be a 2v1 situation. You do not want to stand by a wall when a Nomad is using his Boomerang Bonanza, because the boomerangs bounce back and hit you much quicker, can't out-heal it, and it's much easier to actually hit as the Nomad's perspective. So 2-1, almost brought that 2-2 to a pretty conclusive finish, and we'll just have to see what this cold team, Diefish Die, is going to do next.
Well, we had more damage landing on Return that round. You got up to 300, but yeah, at the same time, He does seem to have it pretty easy. Appa, whoa, look at that pull. Nunia bringing 2 of them up. Almost looked like Appa charged into him and just hugged him as they all went flying. But Nunia is going to be right there on return as Appa and Leadface are going to be dealing with Voodoo. So, I mean, they are doing a lot, trying to do a lot of pressure here onto the healers. Diehard is going to be invis, gets off a 44 execute onto return. And I did hear a scream. I'm not too sure if anyone got feared. The chain's not going to be landing on Diehard. We got to throw the axe to nobody as Appa, I think, that either misclick or he was blinded or something, just completely missed it at all. Didn't miss this though. Diehard guys get swapped out by Voodoo. We should see the Angel Wings coming out. Voodoo does have those wings now going, but so much damage. 3 people worth right on top, and it does look like Nunia has disconnected, which is never a good thing. And he's just going to kind of stand there like the Christmas tree that he is, and that's going to put us 3-1 here for the first game. No, for the second game. So
yep. No, that is going to be
7.
Yep, N7 Esports going to be taking it 2-0. And right there, that was a great combo by Appa and Leadface to combo their ultimates. Leadface really, he's saving a lot of his crucial abilities for when the opposing team does not have any real out mechanisms. He's always saving that boomerang ultimate when Voodoo doesn't have an other side. And, he's capitalizing on that because right now Diehard needs those because Appa is trying to put on that heavy pressure. In the meantime, Nunia is trying to get on a return, but it's very hard to kill an Alchemist with just one person. And they just needed to play a little bit more solid. Maybe Diehard dodge a little bit more, but, it was a close round regardless of what the score was. I mean, it was 3-1, but it could have gone either way with a couple more mistakes going in either direction. So we'll just have to, take it as it is. N7 Esports is going to advance, and Ham No Idea versus Stalking You is being played currently. I don't know if we're going to watch that. And Rexus has not updated me on anything. But, oh yeah, I forgot to mention to you guys, we are going to be having something released Monday, very entertaining. If you like BLC, and you don't want to wait for tournaments, yet you want to see BLC all day. If you're at work, put up a little live stream if you can't play it. BLGaming.com is going to be announcing BLC Forever. It is a 24/7 live stream of Bloodline Champions with a grade requirement. So you'll see numbers are still to be determined. Sobi1 and I are going to be talking about that today and tomorrow. Once the stream starts, maybe grade 16 plus, so, you don't get those guys who just got grade 15 from customs. You're going to see people who have done matchmaking at least a little bit, gotten that grade 16 before they are going to, get onto our stream. So
sounds good, man.
Sounds good.
And, And later, when we add items to the game, it's going to be like you have to have an item score value, because we're doing that next patch.
Item score value, so you got to have a certain armor value.
Grade and item score.
Grade and item score.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see. What 2 teams are these? Looks like it's going to be Ham No Idea versus Stalking You, and we're going to be watching this one. We're watching the other semifinals of the losers bracket. But James, you got any more spillers for us in the next patch? Because I know I might get in trouble if I say too much. But what are you willing to let loose?
Well, not so much about the next patch coming up. I hope everybody enjoys it. The one thing I will say, after we release the next patch, everyone, programmer-wise, is going to be head down, and our next task is pretty much replays. I think that it's something that we should have done a while ago, but the trouble is, we didn't have the backwards compatibility to do it, and it would have taken so much time. So what we're going to probably do is, if we release replays for you guys, you won't have backwards compatibility. So we want to do it so you can at least view your replays that patch, maybe fraps it, maybe make a cool movie, maybe release it, and then hopefully in the future we'll work towards improving it. But I know the guys really want to get that. So backwards compatibility just basically means that if the game gets patched, will your old replays work with the old information, of the patch? And so far that's really been something that would have been tricky. So
Dude, that is
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
news.
I actually agree with KK for life, and he goes exactly the same replays that were already 6 months ago. I mean, replays have been working, but I think that they got overlooked just because there was the task was meant to be so big in terms of getting it working fully, and I think it was a mistake that we just didn't get it working working in a small scale. So we do apologize for that, but of course, we do work every day to make sure we give you what you want. And hopefully you'll enjoy that when it comes. Anyway, next game.
Next
we just
game.
blame Funcom? It's easy to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we can for the long patches, so...
They wanted voice over IP, and... No, I'm joking. But, alright, next game.
Next game, yeah, it is. I did update everything in the title layers. Ham, no idea, going to be on the Worm team. Stalking You, going to be on the Cold team. We did see Stalking You as our first game. They took it pretty convincingly. They did lose throughout the brackets, it seems like, as they are, of course, in the losers bracket. And now here they are in the losers quarterfinals. Hopefully going to go on to the loser semis. But I wouldn't take Ham No Idea as any kind of joke. What? Oh.
But I just want to defend Funcom because they are awesome right now. And a little bit of information, Funcom are currently in talks with a lot of Asian publishers for the game. So I hope you guys can get a little bit excited about that.
That is going to be awesome. Asians are going to eat this game up. But is there a times 3 speed modifier? Because I think they're just going to outclass us so well, and they're going to need that feature. So 3 times as quick.
Well, we have a test server with the game up right now in China for Asian publishers to test the game. And one of the main guys at Funcom, who's really been helpful through this process, he's really great, and he's working with them. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can get this game out in Asia as well. So I think that would be terrific. So we are working and making sure we're expanding. So I hope you guys stay with us and enjoy the ride, because it's going to be an awesome one.
Dude, BLC going global. You heard it here. All you Australian players, you might have an Asian server to connect to. I don't know if that's better or worse, as we are going to get this next one underway. Zab going to be playing a familiar glutton. He loves to play that, just eating that ham bone. Or if he has the chef skin, it's actually Igniter on a stick as a favorite category or favorite food. And what is that? Demented Glutton? Is that the new skin? I haven't checked out the shop recently. But, we have Sigma Pact not going to be playing Stalker. He's going to be on the Psycho Pump. Delayed going to be playing as the Guardian. We've seen a lot of Guardians in Super Serial going to be playing the Thorn class. While, Zab, as I already mentioned, Glutton, Pandrum on the Ranid. So it's going to be a double melee rushdown, and Petta's just going to be sitting in the back trying to do artillery heals. And Harold actually has great survivability as long as he's not being pressured by double melee. And here we go. Initiation is happening, and I feel bad because Full Court hasn't talked in a little while. I'll give the mic over to him in 1 second, though, as action is already going on. Zab going to go in. Pandrum waiting for a good time to strike, and here he is. He's going to go on to Sigma, but oh man, he's going to have to... Zab's going to use Earthfield. Going to eat up. Nice Chrono Flux right there, making sure that nothing is going to hurt him and interrupt him during that time, and a great double aftershock. In the meantime, a good blind. Everybody on the Cold team does not know where they are. Petta trying to survive, reflects that axe right there. Roots come out. Uh-oh, Petta's in a little bit of trouble. He's just going to heal up. Action happening all over the place. Sigma Pact is going to unleash the Fury as... Oh no, I think he just disconnected. As there's no reason why he should be running that way. Completely unfortunate. So I think the graphics just bugged him out. Like, Sigma used his ultimate. Zab was, M1 spamming. Pandrum was doing stuff. I think Petta was, using a bunch of abilities. The mantra was coming out. So, I mean, this game can be very exciting when all those graphics happen. And there it is. Just going to be rammed from behind by that nasty old glutton eating that. Not quite a ham bone. It looks like a log. I don't think that's very good for your diet. I guess a lot of fiber, but who knows?
Rammed from behind. I think we had a joke like that last week too, and it just sounds. Either way, yeah, I know. I do think we're going to see the surrender come out here. Sigma is not going to get back in here, is he? There's no reconnect, I do believe. Less nomads, more guardians. Less blood priests and more alchemists. It's and just basically a super big lack of gluttons. I was very surprised when I saw Zab take a glutton, and because, well, they don't really do that much, I've noticed in these matches. So I was a little curious as to that. It definitely does seem, all the heroes are meant to be equal. It just doesn't quite seem to be they're all played equal. Definitely some fan favorites out there. Big ones, gunners. I've seen a lot of gunners this week. I didn't see any. I saw like one gunner last week. Not too sure why it's flavor of the month or flavor of the week, but I don't know. That's just kind of the stuff I've noticed.
Yeah. Well,
Just close your eyes.